24 years ago was a little different. I didn't have an ambulance parked in the middle of my classroom for sure.
Channel 3, your back to school authority. Now more than ever, kids want hands-on learning. That's why Old Saybrook spent the summer transforming some classrooms. Your reporter Luke Hydash has a look inside.
As summer winds down, Old Saybrook students are getting a sneak peek at a brand new addition at their school.
It was completely insane. I did not know that there was going to be a huge, ginormous ambulance bay in my school.
Finishing touches are still going into an ambulance integrated into this classroom. There's also new equipment with these new patient bed stations, all part of the high school's medical science pathway. One of 6 here: business, fine arts, health sciences, humanities, medical science, and STEM. These are classes geared towards certain fields for students to graduate with what they need to jump right to work or have a leg up in the college world. Amber Sherber teaches medical science.
What we were really trying to do is provide kids with more micro-credentials that they could graduate with and potentially get a job immediately after graduation.
Kids select the pathway they're interested in and are exposed to it early on in Old Saybrook schools. Nico Sokolowski chose business.
A big part of business is the human-to-human interactions. It's a lot of connections. It's not just reading charts and analyzing money.
There's a new working ticker for students to stock the stocks in class. This classroom is renovated too, all of it designed for less traditional learning, something senior Sylvie Weber wants.
Hands-on experience, learning how to become an EMT, learning with your peers, collaborating.
Sylvie wants to be a doctor, and mom Tina couldn't be happier her daughter's a part of this pathway. She remembers school a little differently.
It was all sitting behind desks and, in a straight row, and not very exciting.
More than half of Old Saybrook High students are enrolled in one pathway or another as this hands-on style of learning becomes more popular statewide. Your reporter in Old Saybrook, Luke Hydash, Channel 3.